Can you talk a bit about how you have been able to build it, how long it took? With a six-member team, it's actually unbelievable. So, a little bit, if you can talk about that.
Sure. So we've been doing this for 2 years now. Initially, we were bootstrapped for most amount of time. So we were bootstrapped for about 18 months. And we just recently started raising the round. Eventually, this is enough features to go to the market. Our main goal is to be stable before we start talking to some bigger clients. By May, we will be having a press release and we'll be going and talking to the big users.
So did you start with this thing that, it should be an intersection of these three different pillars? Or it was while you were building, you realized that this probably is the right way to go to market, or this is the right product? You started with a notion and then we moved towards learning management, or partly you touched upon it, but was the original thought this or something else?
No, so the vision was actually just to be a knowledge management solution. But when we actually started working on it, we realized that knowledge management is just one piece of the entire puzzle. And however, the problem with the knowledge management is that it is very serendipitous, if for the lack of the word, because what happens is that there is, unless and until you have a LMS wherein there is a bigger organization, you have like these compliance related and that kind of stuff, which gets you a high touch point. But if for organizations, unless and until you do not have the project management, once you have that data, then only you can have high touch points. And to be honest, when we actually started building the tools for managing your project, our retention went to 58% over a 52-day period cohort. And that's when we started realizing that, once, for doers, you want a combination of knowledge management and project management. And, once we started building that, then, people started saying that, hey, this is amazing. Can you add like CRM for like more advanced users? Like, for example, if it's a Series A company, they spend like, on an average $300 per user per month on HubSpot, which is like huge burden on a startup or a company's burn. That's when we realized that, okay, you know what, if we actually have a trio of these features, and if we actually give them in such a way that, the sales and marketing team uses the CRM, and the project management team and the tech team uses the project management tools, and the HR actually uses the compliance tools, then what will happen is that, truly it will replace most of the solutions in an enterprise. And truly this will become like a startup OS or a business OS, rather than, you use this kind of stuff. And that way, what we do is that, we tackle on different ICPs. And that basically becomes a wider land grab for us, rather than we just like looking at, just HR, or we just looking at the product team to use the project management, or we are looking at a smaller team, design teams for that, and so on.